Will Sage Northcutt finally fight in 2017 at November's UFC Fight Night 120? That's the plan, as of right now. ESPN.com reported today that Northcutt 82 MMA, 32 UFC has been booked to face Michel Quinones 82 MMA, 0-1-offs in a lightweight bout on November 11 at UFC Fight Night 120. The event takes place at Ted Constant Convocation Center in Norfolk, Virginia, and airs on FS1. It's been a long road back to the octagon for Northcutt, who's dropped 2 of his past 3 bouts. Most recently he was submitted by michel at UFC on Fox 22 in December. Originally, Northcutt hoped to return at UFC 211 in his native Texas, but that plan fell through when he underwent surgery to have his tonsils removed. Northcutt was booked to fight in July at UFC 214, though injuries during training camp to both Northcutt and opponent John Makdessi forced the cancellation of the bout. Still considered a highly touted prospect despite his recent struggles, Northcutt hopes to finally fight for the first time this year, and at 155 pounds. His 2 losses have come at welterweight. In Quinones, Northcutt faces an opponent coming off a TKO loss to Jared Gordon in his UFC debut in June at UFC Fight Night 112. Prior to that, Quinones was on a 5-fight winning streak. Additionally, bantamweight contender Rafael Assunção has been booked to fight Matthew Lopez on the card. Assunção 255 MMA, 92 UFC, number 4 in the USA Today Sportsmanjunkie MMA bantamweight rankings, has won 9 of his last 10 bouts and seeks his 3rd consecutive victory. Lopez 101 MMA, 21 UFC carries his own 2-fight winning streak into the contest. The latest UFC Fight Night 120 card includes Anthony Pettis vs Dustin Poirier, Matt Brown vs Diego Sanchez, Nina Ansaroff vs Angela Hill, Cesar Ferreira vs Nate Marquardt, Carl Roberson vs Darren Stewart, Jake Collier vs Marcel Fortuna Jr., Albini vs Andrei Arlovsky, Court McGee vs Sean Strickland, Clay Guida vs Joe Lawson, Viviane Pereira vs Tatiana Suarez, John Dodson vs Marlon Moraes, Sage Northcutt vs Michel Quinones, Rafael Assunção vs Matthew Lopez. For more on UFC Fight Night 120, check out the UFC Rumors section of the site.